So you'd like to use Engage New York with ASSISTments. So this video is going to show you how to do that. To begin, you start at Engage New York. This is where your curriculum is. So for this demo, I'm going to do a 7th grade Module 2, Lesson 19. So once you've looked through all the materials, then you can get to the downloadable resources. So I'm going to download the resources for the student version, and that's this here. So it's got a lot of examples of things you can do in class, but at the very bottom are the practice assignments. This would be the part that you would then do in ASSISTments. So down here at the bottom, it says problem set. These are the practice problems. For today's demo, we're just going to demonstrate assigning problem 1. So you can imagine giving all 3 problems as a homework assignment or picking and choosing. And you can do the exact same thing with ASSISTments. So we're going to do this problem. A family of 12 went to a local Italian restaurant for dinner. Every family member ordered a drink and a meal, and 3 ordered an appetizer, and 6 people ordered cake for dessert. And then there's 4 questions, A, B, C, and D. Now I'm going to go over to ASSISTments to show you how to find this in ASSISTments. So here's the ASSISTments account, and under Content to Assign, you can scroll down to ASSISTment Certified, then Mathematics, Textbooks, and finally Engage New York. Now we'll find grade 7, and we're doing Module 2, Rational Numbers, and we're doing the problem sets, the ones found at the bottom of the printable work. So we're going to do Assignment 19, and every one of these assignments has been inputted into ASSISTments. So we're going to start by clicking View Problems to see the 3 problems. If you remember, there were 3 problems. And here they are, and they each have a checkbox next to them. So problem number 1 has part A, B, C. Now notice our C is for the second part of their B because they ask 2 questions. They say, was she correct? And that's a yes or no question. But then they also say, explain why or why not. So you'll get data on the yes or no part, but you'll also see what the students wrote in their explanation. So all the way down here, this is problem number 2. I could select that or decide not to select it, depending on whether I want to assign that problem. Since I'm only assigning problem 1, I'm done. I've checked that off. Now I'm going to create a new problem set using selected problems. So I'm going to click on there, and I'm just going to do this for the video, but you would probably want to copy 7.2 lesson 19, and then maybe tell the students which problems you selected. You could do them all or a small selection. And I'm going to submit that. So what's happened now is you've actually built this problem set. And it's a problem set with 1 problem in it, but that problem has multiple parts. Now when you go to problem sets I've built, you'll see that problem set at the top of your list. So this is the problem set you've built. Now you can assign it to your students. So you click on Assign. You get to make some choices about release dates and due dates. For now, we're going to have not available for students submitting work. I'll show students submitting work next. And then we're going to assign it. So this is the simple no work shown. So this assignment, now I'm going to go back to Teacher. We can see in the accordion that we have a section called Assignments. And when I look there, I now have my new assignment because I assigned that problem set. So now we're going to go see what this assignment looks like from the student's view. So over here is a student. And this student has this 1 problem set assigned, the one we just made. So it's due September 2nd, which is tomorrow. And I'm going to click on that problem set, just like a student would do. And here's the question. So this first question asks the students to write an expression that can be used to figure out the cost of the bill, including the definition of the variables. So it's not easy for a computer to grade this, so it's open response. Now, I've already done this work on a piece of paper, like a student might do. So I'm going to just pull in a screenshot of what the student wrote. But this student on this screenshot only wrote the expression. And I'm going to So what we need to do for the teacher below is type in what the variables mean. So D equals dinner. Then the student had the variable M, and M equals oh no, I think M was meal. M was meal, D was drink, and then A was appetizer, and C was cake. And I'm going to submit them. And then the student will go to the next problem. This problem says, the waitress wrote on her order pad the following expression. Was she correct? Explain why and why not. So first, the was she correct? And since this is actually the same, but 3 has been factored out, if the student doesn't think it's the same, they can say no, and they'll be told that they'll be given that immediate feedback. And then since it's yes or no, they obviously will pick yes next. So then they go to next problem. Now they know they have the right answer and they have to explain. And some students will say, I still don't understand. Others might say yes, because if you distribute the 3, it is the same as what I had. Something like that. And then submit it. Notice they don't get graded on what they write. Next, we've got, what is the cost of the bill if a drink costs $3, a meal costs $20, an appetizer costs $5.50, and a slice of cake costs $3.75? Do not include units, dollars in your answer, which is sort of a standard in ASSISTments, so that we can grade that number answer. So the student then, of course, pulls out their piece of paper, they do their work, but here they're just asking for the answer, so they type that in. And let's say they got it wrong. Then it says, no, sorry, you're wrong. And then you have to try again. And then maybe this time they get it right. So it goes on to the next problem. So now, suppose the family had 10% discount coupon for the entire check and then left an 18% tip. What is the total cost? Don't include units again. So once again, they pull out their paper, they do their work, and maybe this time they get the problem right on the first try. Submit answer, next problem. That's it. There were 4 parts to that one problem, and the student completed it. Now, the student can actually see their results. Once this uploads, they can view their report. The nice thing about the report is they can see the work that they submitted. They can see the average for the class. Of course, in this case, there's only 1 student, but they can sort of compare. Did I do as well or as poorly as the rest of the students in the class? Now, when we look back at this teacher, when we refresh this screen, the 1 student who had not started has now completed, and they can see that. That was this Charlie. And then the teacher can look at the report. And the report will show how well the students did on the problems that were gradable, but it will also show the solutions, the answers that they typed in, or the images that they uploaded for the things that were not gradable. So that's the basics of using ASSISTments with Engage New York work. All the questions are in ASSISTments because Engage New York is open content, as is ASSISTments. And so the students can input their answers. Now, if you'd like to stay a little bit longer, I'm going to now show you how it works when you ask the students to submit work along with their answers. This is just a little bit of an extra amount of accountability to your students. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my assignment, and I'm going to take this student and I'm going to delete their progress so that we can go do the homework assignment again. So progress is deleted. Now when I go over here to this student and go to assignments, it will look again like he's never done it before. So this is just for this demonstration. I would like to show you how you can increase your accountability for your students by asking them to submit their work along with the answer that they submit. So this is the student again, and the student clicks on the assignment. Oh,